Growth and multiplication in few minutes that I have. Then I'll quickly sit down. And I think I love Q&A because with Q&A, I answered the questions that are asked rather than me talking. I don't know if you get that. Steers has got the best burger in terms of taste, in terms of quality, in terms of price. But McDonald's sells more burgers than Steers. Simply because McDonald's, they give people what the people want, not what McDonald's wants. They've done their research well. They realize that people, when they drive and they buy a wimpy burger, it's so juicy, very tasty. But the minute you eat it whilst driving, you'll mess up your shirt. McDonald's, you eat it whilst driving. The only thing you'll do, you'll just pull out a piece of lettuce, throw it away, and you're still clean. And hence they print the money. Because they answered the questions which are asked. So the same thing with business. You don't do business that you feel like doing. You must meet the needs of the people. Then you'll continue to print money. But if you do business the way you want it because it looks nice, it looks great, you'll be a brokey. It doesn't matter how bad it is, as long as people want it, give it to them. Money is a reward of services rendered to the people. Look at what the people want and give them that. Growth and multiplication in business. Let me insult your intelligence. And make this statement. You are born a producer. You are born to produce and not to resell. Every Christian, you have got the potential, you have got a capability to produce something. If you're in retail, it's okay. It's a good place to be. But you must know that you are born to be a producer and not to resell. Even the biggest retailers, they've got what they call no-name brands. Because they realized they were just retailers and they're not making money. Until they said, no man, let's move into the space of being a producer. Even Woolies now, Woolworths, Jet Stores is still there. They've got their own brands nowadays. But before, they were selling some other people's brands. Then they realized, no man, we are pushing someone else's dream and not ours. Then they've changed their strategy and they are now making money. Genesis 1:28. Then God blessed them after creating them. By them meaning both male and female. So if you are created by God, after He created you, He blessed you. And when God blessed you, blessing simply means He empowered you to prosper. And He said these words to them. Be fruitful. Are we together? Genesis 1:28. Be fruitful. If you are fruitful, then you have got what we call a fruit. If you have got a fruit that you can show, that is a product. In other words, God, when he said, be fruitful, he was saying, produce something. Have a product of your own. And then he said, multiply. When he said multiply, he was basically saying, your product must have a perpetual growth. It must never stop. So don't have a product that grows and stops. It must have a non-ending perpetual growth. And he went further to say, fill the earth. In other words, your product must be available worldwide. It is good for that shoe company to start here in Jerusalem, but it must go to Judea and the uttermost ends of the world. It's good to start here, but it must eventually, we want to see it available worldwide. And let me challenge the people who are givers here, who buy shoes for the school kids. Instead of going somewhere else and buy butter and give it to school kids, go and buy itatula. Support each other. It's high time that we should have this, what we call a spider web mentality. One of my nephews got married to another different culture. They've got this spider web mentality. His car, he says, I work with him in Sentin. That's my niece. That's one of the people I work with, my close relative. And I've been with him since he graduated BCom. When was it? 25 years now. And he's doing a sterling job. So I have some good family members that I'm still working with. And I rely on him for everything. But I've got others that are fired. We are based in Sentin. When his car breaks down, because he married from another different culture, they take it to Fortsburg to be fixed. And the wife says the money must stay at home. It does not move. Let's support each other. Be fruitful, have a product, multiply, perpetual growth, fill the earth, available worldwide. Then he said, and subdue. In other words, when he says subdue, God was saying, when my art of skincare cosmetic is standing here, and Lux is here, and Dove is here, my art of skincare cosmetic must be the best ever. It must subdue the Lux and the Dove company. We are talking of excellence here. You don't have to come up with a product which is not that great. My eggs, when I produce them, they must be the best in the market. I don't know. In fact, perhaps I also got God's favor, which you also have. People, when they come to me and buy my spinach, they tell me that, no, it tastes better than the rest. I don't know why. But they tell me. There was hail, 3 days back, and it messed up the whole area. My neighbor, who's also selling spinach, he's supplying for Woolies and all over with spinach. Now he's buying from me. We're in the same area. We all had hail. Then when they said yesterday he was there at my farm buying from me, I said, wow. Whether mine is spared, because I haven't been there. I was home, then I flew down here. I don't know how it looks like. But I know yesterday he filled up buckets and buckets from my farm to go and supply, to meet his orders. So perhaps I've got God's favor, perhaps God protected me, I don't know. But all I know is that Malachi 3 from 8 to 10, it says, if you tithe, I'll rebuke the devourer. And it also says, your fruit will not fall before its time. Perhaps it is like that. Perhaps I've got an insurance in heaven. Perhaps my farm is like a Goshen city. I don't know. But all I know, he came to buy from me yesterday. That I know. And his is messed up. So he said, subdue. Have the best product ever. And he said, dominate. He said it very well, to dominate. But at the same time, when he said dominate, he was saying your product must not only feed you, but it must have a higher purpose. It must feed the nations. It mustn't be all about me. If it were all about me, I'll be frank with you. We have got a house in Sentin we don't owe. I've got my own Mercedes. She has got her own Mercedes we don't owe. Instead of having all the businesses that we have, one business will be okay for our survival. But we are no longer doing this for ourselves. We are doing it for our generations, our grandkids. We are doing it for the nations. We are doing it for the ministry. We are doing it to take the gospel to the next level, to all the world. You are born a producer. A retailer pushes the producer's dreams, vision, aspiration, and passion. That's what the retailer does. Baba, you see that trouser? You had a jacket in the morning. Is it a suit? It's not a suit. Yeah, but whoever designed that trouser, if it comes with a suit, he will probably make 5,000 rands out of it. But the guy who is going to buy it from him and sell it, a retailer, will be lucky to make 300 rands out of it. Will be lucky. Money is in production, not in reselling. I'm running a wimpy restaurant. I'm a producer. I'm also running a Sasol filling station. I am a retailer. I know what I'm talking about. In a wimpy restaurant, I get water, mix it with a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of coffee. I sell it for 35 rands. And it cost me 5 rand. From 5 rand, I make how much? 35. Because I produce something from scratch. I buy a bun. I buy lettuce. I buy tomatoes and a patty. It costs me about 17 rand 50. I make a burger. Sell it for 75. That's real money. But a retailer here in my Sasol filling station, I buy a liter of petrol for 22 rands. Although there's government tax and all those things, I don't care. But I buy it, the fact is I buy it for 22 rands. And I sell it for 23 rands. I make only 1 rand profit from 1 liter. I've got 115,000 liters capacity. I need more than 1.5 million rand to fill it up. And when they deliver my fuel, during the day, you know it expands. It's liquid. And I sell it at night. Then it's compressed. I'm running at a loss. And because it's fuel again, it also evaporates. Even that 1 rand profit that I'm making is theoretical. It's no longer there because a 20,000 liter fuel tank, when it's hot, they deliver 20,000. When I sell it when it's cold, I can sell about 19,000. I will have lost the whole 1,000 liters overnight. Very risky. Be a producer in whatever business you do. It's okay if you're a retailer. Start from there. It's fine. But your ultimate goal, you must know that you are designed by God to be a producer, not a retailer. These are 7-year-old statistics. I didn't have time to update them. But Halberry earns $30 a minute because of what she is. $30 a minute for what she is. Tiger Woods earns $175 a minute because of what he does. Because of what he does. Steven Spielberg earns $675 a minute because of what he gets others doing. Because of what he gets others doing. Perhaps you may want to tie this to your teamwork. Bill Gates used to earn $6,750 a minute because of what he gets the world doing for him. The question is, what are you doing? What are you doing? Some of the ideas that will come to you, it will be like it's a dumb idea. John 6 verses 9 to 10 talks of a story of this young boy who had 2 fish and 5 loaves. And the 2 fish and the 5 loaves was more than enough to feed 5,000 men, not including women and children. I want to believe that when Jesus asked, where? This is great. Jesus asked a great question. Where? You heard that. Where can we buy food? You remember the answer? The answer was not ShopRite or Checkers. The answer was, we do not have enough cash. Perhaps God is asking you to start a business today and you are complaining about the money. And God is not concerned about the money that you need to start the business. God wants you to come with that dumb idea that you have. I told you of the shopping mall. We do not have that kind of money, but we have started. We keep on moving. And the more you move, you know, when we started, we built Kuwisa Lodge in Bela Bela. I went there with Dr. Elijah Maswanganye just to